everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori if you're new here, and today we are just going to do a quick little life update. I am a true Gemini and I jump from topic to topic to topic, which is why on YouTube it's kind of hard for me to niche down, as they say. I love art, I love to cook, I love being a mother, I love Colorado. There are so many topics that I like to cover. So if you've noticed that and you like that kind of thing, I appreciate you sticking by me. But here is my call to action. I am actually trying to make this into a nice little side job to share some healthy living for you. So if you have not already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I know you probably get tired of hearing that, but I need to put that in every single vlog. You may ask why I'm in my garage. It is a quiet area for me to just relax with the kids while they're outside, and it's really a beautiful day. So I know by the title you may think this is a bit clickbaity, which I didn't intend it to be, but I did need to get your attention, and sometimes that's just how you have to title it. But I recently had a job. I have since left that job. This is my first day without it, it just feels amazing. It feels amazing to be a full-time mother again. I was doing both and it was getting really hard. I was seeing some behaviors in my children that I just didn't really condone. I wasn't a fan of, and it was really hard to be a mother while I was working. And honestly, it was a tough job. As much as I loved it, it was very, very difficult for me. So my next career move is to go back to teaching. I know a lot of you have probably already known that. I have taken a year maternity during all of this pandemic chaos, and I just needed to take some time to be with my kids and my family to really think about what I wanted. So my goal is to go back to teaching. I absolutely love teaching. I love teaching kids. I love being with them. I love the environment. Sometimes the adult politics I've touched on can get a little tricky, but I do teach art, so it's something that I'm passionate about, and I just love doing it at the current location that I'm at. So I plan on going back to teaching. And in the meantime, I'm going to really focus on the jewelry and clothing aspect of my Etsy shop. So if you have not checked that out, that's another way that you could support this channel if you wanted to, but no obligation. There are some fun items on there for just about everybody in your life. And, you know, I'm at a point in my life where I just want to be in the moment. I don't want to think about the past anymore. I don't really want to think too far into the future. I just want to be with my kids while they're at this age, and I really love documenting that. So you may see some more day in the lives from us. You may see some more mothering content from us. You may see some more clothing hauls and things like that. I do get a lot of questions about my clothing. Honestly, a lot of it is thrifted. A lot of it are hand-me-downs from my mom because I really like that era of clothing. This jacket is thrifted, so I always like doing little hauls like that. Honestly, hauls do make me feel a little iffy because I don't want someone to see what I buy and think, oh man, I wish I could buy that, and vice versa. You know, I see things like that and wish I could afford it. I mean, honestly, that's how we live our lives. It's totally a comparison game, and I'm trying to get away from that. So you might see some real honesty from me. A lot of my opinions I don't share, and I wanted to start doing that again. The algorithm has always scared me. I'm not very good at the algorithm. I don't do the hashtags correctly or the titles or anything like that. All I did was build a following, and I've just really enjoyed everyone's community here, and I've enjoyed everyone's commentary. I just think it's really wonderful how these positive conversations can bring a really beautiful light into people's lives. I am postpartum. I definitely have a lot of anxiety, so sitting down, making these videos, filming and editing them, and then sharing them with you is oddly therapeutic for me. So I'm going to continue to be here on YouTube. You just may see some different content for me, and if it's not for you, if my channel or Instagram is not for you, then totally unfollow. No hard feelings. I am just so open to some new beginnings. So once again, you might be seeing some new stuff from me. I'm gonna try and be real, raw, and honest. My life is not perfect. I would not say I am the luckiest when it comes to certain aspects of my life, like cars and jobs and deadlines and things like that. What I really see in my life being lucky is my family and the ability to have children and the ability to have some patience and be a good mother. And I'd like to recognize that more because a lot of us are so hard on ourselves, and I think it's important to say that out loud. And you might even see some new art and DIYs from me. You never know. The world is my oyster, and I am so excited to dive into it and not be afraid of what will happen. If anything, I think positive things will come out of these connections, and I can't wait to share with you my teaching journey. If there are any teachers on here, I can show you some classroom hacks and fun activities to do with kids. And yeah, I just wanted to pop on here, give you a life update, and then I'm gonna move on to my farm market haul. I am so excited. My farm locally has delivered to us, and we have quite a few things. I want to show you what I do with all of that food. I want to show you how I make things from scratch. I want to show you how I store a lot of this produce. We are so fortunate to support a local farm, and I'm just excited to show you this type of content. So if you have made it this far, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Honestly, it's really great that you're here. And let's get right into this farm haul. It feels absolutely amazing to be outside. I just wanted to put this in to the vlog because I haven't been outside with the kids in so long because I was stuck on the computer at that job. And it's just amazing. If you have a chance today and it's beautiful out, just go soak in the sun and some fresh air because, oh my goodness, it does my soul so good. And we are just waiting. There is snow in the forecast, of course. It wouldn't be Colorado without snow in the forecast. So we might get some snow this afternoon, and we will keep you posted on that. I hope you enjoy your beautiful day just as much as we are. Yay, my friends, look what came, our farmer's market delivery. Are you excited? Yeah, we're gonna show you what we got, and I'm gonna show you some things that we like to make out of all of these veggies. So this is about $35 worth of fruits, veggies. I have some bread in here, and then I added on the eggs and ground beef, and that was another $10. So it's free delivery in my area because the farm is located here where we live. And I'm going to just show you what we got, how I store it, and a nice little recipe that we can make out of all of this. So we got 2 heads of lettuce. I'm just going to cut these up, and I put them in an airtight container with a wet paper towel on top, and that usually helps with my greens. I have 4 zucchinis and I have 3 zucchinis and 1 cucumber. I like to make these into little pasta zoodles and cucumbers. I love just eating with salt and pepper. I have 2 onions over here, a lot of golden potatoes is what this looks like. I have some carrots over here. I have a spaghetti squash and an eggplant. So I'll show you what we're gonna make out of this eggplant. I have 3 apples here. Wilder loves apples. Do you like apples?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. And sometimes we like to make little sweet desserts out of them as well. An egg, yeah. And then we have some celery here. This is really wonderful for hummus. And then asparagus, I could just eat like this. I absolutely love asparagus. And then we have homemade tortillas. We have so many of them. I really, really love tortillas. I put just about anything in a tortilla. And then we have a homemade baguette. These are really, really delicious and fresh. We have some ground beef from them, as well as some tomatoes here. The ground beef is raised on their farm, so it's a little iffy for me in regards to feelings because it's kind of hard for me to see that, but yeah. Anyways, I like to serve ground beef to my family. They eat the standard American diet and I do not. And then we have some eggs as well for, wow, Delilah's excited. We have some eggs for breakfast and things like that. So this is all of our farmer's market delivery. We are going to make some eggplant parmesan, and I'm going to make a bolognese sauce with all of these tomatoes here, and I'm going to throw some ground beef in for my husband and my son, and I am going to serve mine with some zoodles of zucchini pasta and regular spaghetti squash, and then my husband will probably just have some penne. But this is all that we got. Are you excited? Yay! Thank you, Miller Farms. You rock. All right, so I'm going to show you where I store the potatoes. I have them in my Lazy Susan, so it's a cold, dark area, and I have left the dirt on. I read and have grown up that way. You leave the dirt on your potatoes in a cool, dark area, and you store them with your apples. Wilder has taken a bite out of this one, but that's okay. We are actually just gonna finish that up today anyways. So I have them in this Tonga bowl that a friend made us, and I have the potatoes in here. And I will take from them throughout the week. We eat potatoes a lot. Well, I do, especially because I'm plant-based and potatoes are super filling and nutritious. So we're gonna leave these here, and then I'm actually going to make some French onion smashed potatoes. I'm kind of inspired by Tamara over at Southern Wife Everyday Life, like I usually am, so I will leave her channel link below. But she made mashed potatoes for one recipe, and she also made French onion something for another recipe, and I'm just gonna combine them and make some mashed potatoes in the crock pot. So this is how I store my potatoes and my apples. All right, so while I prep all of my veggies, I'm gonna do mashed potatoes in the crock pot. So Tamara did it similar to this. She used red potatoes. I'm just gonna use these golden potatoes. I have about 7 of them in here, diced up. And then I'm gonna cook it on high for about 4 hours. I'm gonna use half a packet of this French onion mix. So dump that in there. It's pretty salty, so that's why I'm using half of a packet. And then over here I have the Better Than bouillon, that's the lid, the veggie base, and then I have about 4 cups of water, and I'm gonna pour that over the potatoes. If this does not cover the potatoes, I will add more liquid, but I think we should be fine. And we are, there we go. So you are going to end up straining the potatoes, but just for some flavor while it cooks, this is good to go. So now I'm just going to cut up the veggies, show you how I store those. So I know I hyped you up on the eggplant parm, but honestly, it just is so time consuming to make, and I am not really confident in the recipe yet, so I will be making the eggplant parm in another video when I know that the recipe is actually going to be good for all of you that have not tried it yet. I do like to do like a battered dip eggplant, so I might try that out and share it with you in the description box, but if you don't see it, that is why. So let me just show you how I prepare everything else and store all of my veggies. So here is my spaghetti squash. You don't have to prep this, but I eat spaghetti squash quite frequently, so I'm gonna prep it now that I have some time during the day to prep veggies like this. So I have my oven preheating at 400. I'm gonna cut this baby in half. I'm gonna scoop out the seeds. I'm actually going to be saving these seeds in a little bowl next to me, and you will see me add all of our veggies to this bowl. I'm gonna put it in a freezer bag and then make some veggie stock with it. If you don't want to do that, you could definitely compost it, and if you don't compost, go ahead and throw it out or leave it out for some deer. I know deer really love vegetables. And yeah, I'm going to scoop this out, put a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, and put it in the oven for around 25 minutes. I am moving on to my carrots and celery. I'm going to go ahead and peel all of my carrots. I'm going to cut up some and have some so I can use it for hummus, and then I'm going to cut up around 3 of them and start a pot so I can make a marinara sauce. I like to store my carrots in water as well as my celery in water, and then I use the butt of the celery to make little stamps for Wilder and me to make some art prints during the day.
When we were young, running from all things at once without thinking twice.
Now I am moving on to my zucchini. I'm going to use 1 zucchini for the marinara sauce, and then I'm going to take my little spiralizer that I got on Amazon. I will link that down below because it's amazing and you need it if you eat zoodles. And I'm going to do that to the other zucchini. I love zoodles. I especially like putting pesto in my zoodles, and I just think it gives a really, really wonderful flavor and it makes a really great side. I do this little hack for all of my greens. I put a damp paper towel on top of the greens. I put it in an airtight container, and then I pop it just right into the refrigerator so everything stays fresh and crisp during the week. This week I was surprised with several tomatoes, 10 to be exact, so I wanted to just make a marinara sauce that I can put on pasta and other things throughout the week. I just store mine in a mason jar, but I'm going to take 4 of these tomatoes, cut them up, and put them in our marinara sauce. I will show you how I put all of that together, but I just wanted to show you what I'm doing with all of these tomatoes. I saved the other ones for sandwiches and salads, but I absolutely love tomatoes and I cannot wait for the season to come. In my pot, I have carrots, celery, zucchini, fresh basil, tomatoes, and I have some onions underneath those tomatoes. I'm going to put in some olive oil. I'd say about 3 tablespoons. You definitely want to be generous with this. And then I'm going to put in some fresh garlic, salt, and pepper. And I am going to bring this to a rapid boil, we shall say, and then cover it with a lid, bring it down to a simmer, and I am going to leave it there for around an hour. I might need to add some water, but usually these veggies release a lot of it, but just leave it alone, don't go and check on it, and then after you're done with that, you're going to blend it in a high-speed blender, put it in a mason jar, and you are good to go. Alrighty, and here is all of my meal prep. We are still waiting on the spaghetti squash and sauce, but I just wanted to show you how I store everything. Carrots and celery are always going to go in some shallow water, and I pick through these throughout the week. I dip them in hummus, I eat them alone. I have my zoodles here, and these will probably be gone tonight. And then the asparagus, I just put some cold water into drinking glasses, and then put the asparagus in there and put them in the refrigerator. Super easy. And then here is all of my compost, but I am going to make mine into a veggie stock. I'm just going to pop this into the freezer, and I'm going to keep adding veggies throughout the week. And then here is my lettuce. I'm just showing you the end result of my potatoes here. This is after high for 4 hours, and then this is what my sauce looks like after about 5 minutes. I know, nothing theatrical, but I will show you what it looks like when we are done. Here is my spaghetti squash, all good to go. I'm putting it in a glass airtight container, and it made quite a bit, so this will last us 2 nights for dinners or sides or something like that. And now here is my sauce after about an hour on simmer. I'm going to scoop it into my Ninja bullet, and I am going to blend it for like 5 to 10 seconds. If you scoop hot liquid into your Ninja bullet and blend it for more than a minute, it will explode on you. I've just heard horror stories. It hasn't happened to me yet, so fingers crossed that it won't in the future, but I just wanted to warn you in case you were making a sauce. Of course, you could wait until it cools down, but I don't have time, so I'm just gonna go for it. Just blend it for 5 to 10 seconds and you should get a good consistency.
Try and keep up, 'cause this life's so much more. Ooh, and I still wonder where.
I set my sauce aside. I'm gonna wait till it cools till I put it in the refrigerator. But here are my potatoes after the 4 hours on high. They can just break apart with a fork. And now I am following Tamara's directions. She went to culinary school, so listen up. I want to put my liquid that I'm mixing it with on warm in the crock pot. It just makes it taste better, I think. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tamara. I'm gonna put some butter in there as well. And I am going to pop in the potatoes. We are using some almond milk and we are using some veggie butter. It's from Earth Balance because that was on sale. And now I am going to take my high-speed blender, my hand mixer, and I'm going to mix this all together until I get the consistency that I want.
I stop the things that keep me from you, dear, but I keep on losing it.
Alrighty, my friends, that is going to do it for today's video. I so appreciate you being here. Thank you for sticking with me, and thank you for always being such a great support system for me. As always, stay adventurous, stay creative. What do we say?
Bye.
Bye.
But I keep on losing it till I've lost the only